There's a few things I've come to realise about fear in the 35 years I've been working with it, but probably the most important one is that fear is pretty much at the bottom of everything that we find difficult, that we struggle with, or we plain just flat out just can't do. So getting a grip on fear is important, because if you have it where it needs to be, it can be a really fabulous force in your life instead of the biggest handbrake that you've ever seen. There's quite a few things to understand about fear though, so I'm going to number them as we go through this to make it easy. Number one, generally speaking, fear is a healthy thing. It's fear that stops you picking up poisonous snakes or playing with the traffic. It's fear of making a fool of yourself that stops you giving a speech or dancing on the tables or doing something silly. Therefore, we can say that the right amount of fear is a good thing and no fear at all is definitely unhealthy. Number two, fear is so profoundly hardwired into you that it's never going to totally go away. Your limbic system, or your primitive brain, works about 1,000 times faster than thought, which means you can be petrified a long time before you know what it is that's scaring you. And sometimes we just have to accept that. Of course, many people are on red alert just because they're alive, so the system isn't foolproof. Number three, 99% of fear is fantasy imaginings. If you take someone freaking out about a snake, the chances are they're scared firstly that the snake will bite them, and then secondly that that's going to be fatal. And none of that's actually happened yet, but that doesn't stop a person having a heart attack about the possibility. And when you look at the statistics, about 5 people per year die from snake bite in Australia, while about 1,100 are killed in car smashes. Now, if you look at what we're imagining in both of those cases, like I said, most people imagine a horrific death from the snake. Yet those same people fail to realise that they're far more likely to die in a car on the way to work. They're too busy imagining it all going according to plan. So the thing to get about that is these two situations is that our imagination is running the show, not our sensible, logical selves. Number four, fear festers on itself. The more primed you are, the more outrageous your behaviour when you're triggered. You see, if you're scared there's a snake in the near vicinity, a loose hair on your shirt is going to put you through the ceiling. It's therefore smart to have a system or a method for unwinding from anything stressful. And I say that because stress is fear-related when you think about it. And number five, fear paralyses. The message that fear whispers into your ear is, stay still, don't do anything, you'll be safest if you do nothing. Therefore, we get driven to procrastinate by a force that we don't really understand, but which ultimately comes from our imagination. So what do you do with fear? Well, contrary to most popular opinion, confronting your fears is not a great thing to do. Unless you're an angry bogan with an ego problem, you don't need one of those stickers on your car that says no fear. So what's 10,000 times better is awakening your awareness to the fear. So this takes way more courage and a high degree of willingness to learn, but when you do, you get to be the winner. All you have to do is just tune into it and explore it. If you appreciate that your body, mind, spirit is trying to warn you of possible danger, you can thank it for a job well done and just be present to what the feelings are that it's sending up. And when you do that, it will dissipate. It will just ease its way out of your system. So go for it. You'll be stunned at how effective it is. If you'd like a copy of my meditation on releasing fear, reach out and I'll set you up with a free download.